This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and we all have to make a living somehow.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait!
This is the coin? Sadly, you won't have the chance to
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks. Here's what's gonna happen. Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogations...
Hers are quickly catching up. She's improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next...
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their act...
Fine.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this...
Got it. Well...
Are you sure you'll be okay?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
Okay.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right?
Paimon, are you sure?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone's... Besides, being the best guide in Teyvat has to count for something.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned. If anything goes wrong, I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
No need! Paimon will be super...
Good. Then what are we waiting for?
Ah! Coming! Coming!
Behold! The wind rises. We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah, cool.
What's on your mind?
Huh? Oh,
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep.
what's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly... Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If...
Hat guy?
What? Where's that coming from?
When we were in Notcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with a Traveler Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the Traveler got kidnapped that time. And the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt. But, does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just...
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that.
Oh,
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets if you can at least say that you tried.
oh,
Something's not right. Paimon, is it just me?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour.
Okay. How strange. What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation. We know for sure that the guy Sinocot had something set up. Yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to...
How would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least...
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening. This...
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how great...
Shesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of... As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace. We remember him with great...
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Time has taken many things away, but that would...
I must say, there is one thing that... You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you...
Oh no! So even... Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well indeed. The issue is how closely I'm tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it, Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away...
Regrettably.
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and humans alike.
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru. Times have changed.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Goti.
Now then, let us learn more.
The brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy opening and renovating Aru. They claim it has...
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But during the Age of the Dragons, after the Heavenly Principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was... Since then, everything in this world, as the Dendro Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Notcraft. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to by entering Irminsul through...
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to...
Please, understand how difficult this predicament...
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find...
And this is why you need...
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function, and all I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort. The Scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akatsuki. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to a more extreme and to reclaim Irminsul. Her brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support.
Together, we will do everything in.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost...
Well, Master Tainari! What is that?
Is this... How did this happen?
Luckily, we managed to have...
What in the world was that?
Oh my. I understand.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul.
Please continue, Dendro Archon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign.
Blasphemy. For where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy. But if we are to honor Dottores' will...
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that, but to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of...
But didn't Dottori die and not cry? He must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he...
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are Sorry. I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities.
A baleful tree. Climb.
Speaking of Dottore, I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after...
You mean... the Fatui never intended to follow through with him?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to, he's been a collaborator of Dottores from the outset.
There is still much to be done. Everyone, please...
As per the discussions, the following groups, Mr. Alhaitham and Mr. Kaveh, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must begin right away.
We'll give it everything we've got. The plan looks feasible, but the implementation will...
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying...
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right?
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the job.
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed. Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one...
Yep, that's right. Leave it to Lord Sangama Bay.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of.
Dia, Candace, and Nefer. You'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties.
You bet.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed if—
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations.
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head. Once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany. The Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just—
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. So regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves. My apologies for the—
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves.
Right. Especially you, Dendro.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Track Plus. We'll be there every step of the way. Yes. I believe in myself. Well.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization. Yeah, no surprises. Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals can simply continue to use their existing devices. This still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage, though. Many groups of people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries.
We'll need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminals. Right now, the best place to source these locally is from the primal constructs within— Time is not on our side here.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not as discussed. General Mahamatra— Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them—
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may—
Makes sense. There's not much—
Get information and stay close.
What is this, boot camp? Knock—
It's just Sino being Sino.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the required material.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to that?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine.
Surrender! Excuse me? Squall of Fury! Behold! Nowhere to run!
Behind you! Excuse me? Nowhere to run! Way ahead of you! Space. Judgment is upon us. Unsightly insects. Swarm fury. Futile. Nowhere to run! Way ahead of you! Futile! Surrender! Excuse me?
These devices should still be usable even though they're broken down. Let's take them back for the others to review.
Too slow. Quit following me. Too slow. Way ahead of you! Nowhere to run! Futile! Through me, justice is served! Nowhere to run! Wretched vermin! Way ahead of you! Judgment is upon them. Their penance is due!
How many do we need again?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't...
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals were.
The Academia declared the Akasha to be the most powerful and comprehensive wisdom dissemination.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor I have ever had it.
Well, if it all goes to plan, that's...
Oh, goody! Thank you so much for handling the delivery. What a long way it was. I'm well aware what a bumpy, dangerous journey it must have been. Now, I would have loved to oversee the process myself, but of course, those of us who know the plan can't leave the mausoleum.
Oh, trust me, I'm patting myself on the back for my assembly work here. Simply flawless work. But will you really be needing all of this?
According to our plan, yes, this is the quantity required. I have no complaints about the quality either.
I heard you covered a lot of the funding out of your own...
Oh, that's an exaggeration. The Academia provided most of the funds. Of course, the real tragedy is how little profit I'm making on this. You know,
It's really quite a beautiful design. And I'm intrigued by how such a diminutive device is able to output the power of the light.
Did you attend the lecture on light realm energy, Madame Farzan?
Of course I attended. I was just a little late, so I had to listen to the whole thing from outside the back door. Anyway, I have a perfectly good understanding of light realm, elemental and abyssal energy, as well as the relation...
Good to know. Master told me in private that the conversion process between light realm energy and elemental energy involves highly classified knowledge that shouldn't be disseminated too widely. But even so, the scholars still shared said information.
Well, you can't enforce a rule that everyone breaks.
At first, the Dendro Archon was reluctant to explain it in great depth for safety reasons. Later, she came to terms with it, and simply informed my master that we would all have to face the question of survival. To protect someone from such dangers means keeping them in the dark. But for someone to know and embody the wisdom within, they must understand its very essence. It's an information hazard. We're exposed to danger just by knowing the facts. And just like bait, it lures us in by offering us the solution to our problems. But if you're not careful, you'll end up pursuing it down a tricky problem. But today, this big problem has been broken down into many smaller, more trivial ones.
What do you mean?
I get it. For instance, you and I share secret knowledge, while she and I take on the risks of life, death, and fate.
Hey, what? That is not what I call...
Well, as they often say in Vahumana, an event that is monumental to the individual is negligible in the grand scheme of history. Generally, the fate of the individual is an insignificant affair.
Being from Amorta, where the subject of our research tends to be a lot more personal, I have to...
In other words, the big problem of survival has been broken down into many small, interconnected...
When the same secret is shared with a group of people, the same fate binds them together. Most people would find this unimaginable, but to us scholars, this is the path that has always beckoned to us.
Sharing knowledge is a good way to fight against fate. I will always believe in that. All right, I think that's everything.
Thanks a lot. But don't go anywhere just yet. I'll still be needing you to calibrate the equipment.
Okay, the materials are ready. We can proceed with the... Alhaitham, how are you?
Most of the information in Aru is written in ancient desert scripts. Some of this is written in a tribal language, while other parts seem to be a variant of an Oasis script.
Oh. Not lost to history, I hope.
Some are. All we can do is infer the meaning based on the rules of related languages. Although, this section actually fills in some of the missing historical record. I'm transcribing it so...
After Aru started up, 2 more lines of text appeared here.
Humans may not read what is written by the gods, except by not reading. Victory should not be easy to attain, for it symbolizes divine wisdom. Knowledge must not waver, for it has external...
Is this a clue to solving a puzzle? You can't read it unless you don't read it. Victory is wisdom. Knowledge is confined by borders. Wait, I think I've got it.
A chessboard.
You were right. The youth of today are skilled at solving riddles.
Have the secrets buried in the desert not been unearthed over the years all the same? Since Aru is a place reachable through wisdom, this day was bound to come sooner or later.
Oh, I've always been against overly cryptic sentences. Don't you get tired of reading and writing all that?
Ah, it's you 3. Just in time. We've been delving deep into Aru.
I've heard this was how you'd while away your free hours. You must be quite the experts by...
It is true. King Deshret's chess games are some of the most well-loved of all his wonderful creations. If you have ever been to Safhe Shatranj, you may well be familiar with the chess pieces you see here.
Is this chessboard supposed to be another visualization of the interior of Aru?
Naturally. Visitors, everything is ready. Only by completing the challenge on the board in accordance...
1 second. It's not...
Dangerous? Why, yes, of course.
I should be the one to go, then.
Sounds like the self-confidence of our present company has rubbed off on you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm your upperclassman, and that means I have to look out for you.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a game of chess typically... Besides, I'm sure they won't let things get out of hand. Keeping things relatively safe is...
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are controlling the difficulty, so please don't go too hard on us, all right?
Ah, but Bennu said he wanted to put some respect into these whippers.
Thank you. Obviously, we'll... This doesn't seem like ordinary chess. Is the goal...
No, you must enter the board and pass the...
Ready?
Let's do it.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho-ho! Excellent work. Now is the time for my trial. Now, don't be nervous. I'll make it nice and easy for you.
Really?
Thanks in advance. We appreciate it.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know. Alhaitham, what are you thinking?
If you don't want to wait, you're free to leave.
I never wanted to wait in the first place! Chessboard gave me no choice.
If you say so. Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Strange time to catch up on
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Alhaitham, what are you thinking?
If you don't want to wait, you're free to leave.
I never wanted to wait in the first place! Chessboard gave me no choice.
If you say so.
Alhaitham, what are you thinking?
If you don't want to wait, you're free to leave.
I never wanted to wait in the first place! Chessboard gave me no choice.
If you say so. Strange time to catch up on sleep.
I'm not sleeping, I'm thinking! It's not that simple, you know.
Done.
Finally. But seriously, that was incredible! Standing on the chessboard felt completely different from— Oh, sorry. I'll save my thoughts for later. Thanks to the three of you for helping us out with this. Is it just me, or were you—
We made but a humble contribution.
You lived up to our expectations. Bravo! Our aid was not given for naught.
In addition to the existing functions, I'd like to— Since Aru's interference shield can cover the entirety of the mausoleum, it should be possible to extend its range even—
So, building upon the existing functions to—
Imagine for a moment. What would the ideal outcome look like if this function were compatible with the devices?
I agree. This is the best solution possible. Please,
Me, oh my! Well, since you ask so very nice—
Naturally.
Time to go! Let's go find Nahida! There you are. Miss Nicole truly is an angel. She shows great wisdom in guiding others. She said that while the other members of the Hexen Circle are busy with important work, she is quite free, and she's more than willing to accompany the people of Sumeru. Oh, yes, Nicole, all right. Always super patient, and she is. Well, time for us.
This should be one of the closest places to Natlan in all of Sumeru. There's the barrier Nicole and Nefer mentioned. But why? Why separate? And if I'm not mistaken, Irminsul...
Good question. I'm wondering the same thing myself.
That voice. Mawika!
Hello, Traveler. It's been a while.
Hello there.
Hello, Dendro Archon.
Malika, I apologize for asking you to meet at the border and such. I also apologize for not being able to greet you in person. The form in which you see me now is one carried by the Traveler. The real me is inside the mausoleum. Irminsul has been infiltrated by the Doctor. We must be on our guard, as he can spy on information in the world from within the tree. Fortunately, there is no record of the Traveler in Irminsul, and you are still within Natlan.
My records will be preserved in the Night Kingdom, rather than the ley lines. As long as the Night Kingdom remains disconnected from the ley line cycle, the...
Exactly.
So by meeting each other in this way, the meeting essentially never happened. No wonder Paimon didn't come. You were concerned that her activity would be recorded by Irminsul. The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments. It's pretty serious, and you're the ones bearing the brunt of it.
I'd like to address the question you raised at the beginning. I can offer a brief explanation. I don't reach this conclusion gladly, but Irminsul predates the heavenly principles. So even when the people of Sumeru became ill because of pollution, it was not a critical issue from the perspective of Irminsul itself. As long as it continues to function normally, the barrier will not be activated. But this time, the Doctor's invasion has directly affected the tree. The heavenly principles established a rule that when Irminsul is plunged into grave danger, a portion of power will be reserved to isolate Sumeru. That way, even if Sumeru is destroyed, the outside world at least has some time to catch its breath.
We'd certainly need it.
The heavenly principles created almost everything that exists in Teyvat today. To them, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants takes priority over protecting Sumeru.
Meaning? Protecting Sumeru?
Yes. My own power may be limited, especially compared to yours. But that doesn't mean that we're just gonna sit around and wait for the end. If necessary, I will utilize any and every means at my
Nicole of the Hexen Circle didn't say exactly what this meeting was about. But after hearing everything you've said
That's right. Nahida and I discussed it at length. We both know how
You need the Pyronosis, don't you?
Yes. Originally, I only intended to borrow it, but... this...
Why do you sound so nervous? There's no need to be shy.
Surely a Gnosis is...
I guess, but I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled... I guess, but it's not as if losing it would suddenly render us powerless. But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled to, and as far as I'm concerned, a Gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer. But I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it.
Yeah, not about to dispute that.
So you see, you don't need to sweat it. Here, take the Pyronosis.
Huh?
Uh-huh, just like that. To tell the truth, I've always toyed with the idea of giving it to someone who needs it more than I do. I know you accompanied Nahida here to try and increase the chance of success. It's a good thing you did, because your involvement is one of the main reasons you've managed to persuade me.
Are you sure about this? Handing over your Gnosis?
I won't try to quantify it, but trust me. Handing over the Gnosis to Tumaini is far from the craziest idea I could think of. Besides, even if you hadn't come here personally, I think I still would have agreed to Nahida's request. Irminsul doesn't just affect Sumeru. It impacts all of Teyvat. I know all too well how... You don't need to tell me the specifics of your plan. Where the Gnosis is involved, the tighter the secrecy, the higher...
Malika, my heartfelt thanks go to you.
Don't mention it. But now for the hard part.
I have an idea.
Just as I thought.
Incredible.
Just made a lucky guess. This seems to happen quite a lot. Things that apply to everyone else don't seem to apply to me. I figured the same might be true here.
Irminsul usually produces effects based on the records it holds. Since the Traveler is a descender...
Is that right? You really are full of surprise. Catch.
Whoa! Thank you, Mawika. Thank you for
All right. No need to get so formal. Besides, there's still one problem. You might be able to pass through the barrier.
I have the Pyronosis in my hand. It feels strangely ordinary. Not particularly heavy. I need to think hard about my memories of Pyro. My memories of journeying through Natlan.
The Gnosis disappeared.
I'm fine. The Pyronosis disappeared into my body. Just like... Phlogiston?
Maybe it resonates with you because you've mastered the power of Phlogiston.
Whew.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again.
Pleasure. Well, I've given you all the help.
We won't let you down.
Yeah. We aren't about to lose.
Traveler, Paimon's a teensy bit nervous, but only a teeny... Of course. After all the adventures you've had with the Traveler...
I'm doing all right. What about you, Nahida?
With the negative effects of Irminsul, I am a bit like a piece of fruit that's been burrowed into by hungry insects and left to rot. I'd be lying if I said it was nothing, but please don't worry. We all know what we're getting into, and we've prepared as well as we can. Stoking the fire inside oneself is certainly one way to live, but knowing when to rely on one's companions is... I've been quietly learning little things from everyone, like plucking tufts of fur from a sumpter beast.
Me too. With the constant traveling, I'm always learning and growing.
I think there's someone else here who would share that sentiment.
Don't worry about what I think. I was just passing by and...
What are you talking about, hat guy? This is the top floor. No one passes by.
Says who? You can fly just like I can. I would have thought it makes sense to you of all...
I don't know why, but I feel...
It shows that you feel comfortable laying down your burdens in our presence. It means that Sumeru and we feel exactly the same way around you.
It's finally done. Ugh, but I have a nagging feeling that there's something I've forgotten. Oh, there you are. Okay, fair enough. That was a pointless question. We were working in tandem after...
You must really be exhausted.
Well, it's been a busy day.
When work ends, you clock out.
Yeah, we're definitely due a break. Probably a little late to start drinking now, though. Here, this one's for you.
Thanks.
You want a bite to eat? I can grab us something. Or wait, I think there's a stove nearby.
Are you nervous?
A little, yeah.
Because Everything that happens next is beyond my individual control. I don't worry.
What do you mean, cannot influence? You're the one who came up with
There's only so much I can do. I was only doing my
Was it like this
You mean with Azar and his accomplices? Yes and no. The situation back then was easier to control, but we weren't as prepared as we are this.
So the enemy is stronger? I still vividly remember the way you interrogated me in the library after the fact. Where were you when—
If your memory is so vivid, you might also recall that it was you who came looking for an argument.
I came for a conversation! I didn't know it was gonna turn into an argument!
What do I think? I think we're certainly better off for it.
It's good having me around to help out, huh?
Absolutely. As a citizen of Sumeru.
Certainly feels that way. I just shudder to think how the world would have ended up if we hadn't got— So, do you think this is what The sky is so clear, and there isn't a whiff of decay or destruction in the air.
Awful things happen all the time. Sometimes people can— What you and I have done is increase our chances of stopping this one.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but— Oh, nothing. I hope everything works.
It will. As long as—
It's really strange. You're my junior, yet you always seem to act more like an upperclassman than
I think it's mostly a matter of temperament.
Ugh. Walked right into that one, didn't I?
We'll make our move at—
Good.
As much as
That'll be enough. Don't let the pressure get to you. We'll take things one—
Master Tainari! Mr. Saito! I brought some juice and some water.
I know how easily you get dehydrated in the desert, so you should definitely—
I gotta ask, though. Who's on juice?
Madame Farazan said she was feeling a little nervous, so I told her about the automatic juicer my friend invented. She took it right off me and started making carton after—
A juicer? Did Sucrose send that?
Yeah. I hadn't had the chance to try it out before this incident occurred, but I couldn't bear to—
The juice is very sweet.
I think so too!
Kale, how are you feeling?
Physically, I'm okay. It just still feels strange to me. Why would a great
I know the feeling well. That same question ran through my mind every day as a kid.
At least now, you have someone who can relate.
All the more reason that you should apply for Spontamod. Tainari fiercely opposes the idea, though.
Those two things are completely unrelated.
What are we all chatting about, Would anyone like any juice? Oh, I had some earlier, ma'am. Maybe give the— Very well, very well. I shall be—
There's this enormous power, and then there's little old you. You feel like there's no connection between—
Yeah. But after all this time, I can't believe this stuff still gets to me sometimes.
Kale, just because we normally keep the conversation light doesn't mean we can't discuss I don't think it's childish at all. You were the victim of a terrible crime. It's normal to struggle with the—
My professor once told me that no incident can be considered truly resolved until the victims— your rage and your pain—
Thanks. Miss Nicole said that. The same god remains which were once used to inflict so much pain upon me have now become a weapon. Every innocent person who's been hurt needs time to realize that it wasn't their fault. But it's all about to be over.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you rarely stumble over your words anymore, and your outlook has become much more positive.
And since this isn't over, you can settle the matter on your own terms. It's time you—
Yeah. Sumeru is my home. And it's so—
And once you're done, how about you come back and apply for Spontamod?
Stop it with the sales pitch, would you?
Hey, excuse me. There are still 3 unclaimed cups of juice here. Why don't you take one each? Ugh, my arms are getting...
Madame Farazan, why are you...
Thank you, Madame Far.
Drink up and enjoy my handiwork. I think I'm going to make something else now instead.
Please, try to relax, Madame Farazan.
I know.
Time to go! Let's meet the others at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
I have not felt this way. Standing up high, gazing out at the rolling dunes. One cannot know what freedom truly means without first losing it.
The Golden Slumber truly lives up to its name as a dreamland. Though desert sands exist there too, no mirage, no matter how glorious, can
Dendro Archon.
I was wondering, whose counsel I should seek on the questions in my heart.
What kind of question?
So many. As I once said to a friend, we look, we see, and we comprehend. What are the many disasters that this world faces, but the sum of all irresolvable questions?
The biggest question you should be asking is how to seize victory.
Yes. Although, I must not fail. And so the question I am most curious about now is whether the path to victory will be an arduous one.
what we declare to be a young sapling, we may, in fact, find to be a towering tree, if we would only cast aside our ignorance and look beyond the veil of time to
Nahida! We're just in time.
Ready when you are.
We're here too.
Miss Nicole! Miss Nicole! You run so
I thought I'd get a lot of exercise as a forest ranger.
Sorry.
I got a little Lesser Lord Kusanali, the equipment is ready, and the modifications to Aru are all complete.
As discussed during our meeting,
Accessing Irminsul via the Akasha is no longer feasible at this stage. There are other options. Maybe you should take it from here.
The architecture and functionality of the Akasha terminals overlap considerably with Aru. There is reasonable evidence to suggest that one was developed based on the other, or that they both utilize technology of the same As long as the transplant and merge operation succeeds, Aru should theoretically work on a scale greater than the Akasha and approximately equal to Irminsul. It will be... A system this powerful is capable of a lot of different things. In the past, the Akasha was primarily used for one-way information transmission, but I suspect it could all... In the pursuit of greater knowledge, some scholars have attempted to connect their consciousness to Irminsul through the use of terminals, incense, and
Correct. In academic language, scholars who reach that stage are said to have entered Satyavada life. Hypatia has performed this practice many times in the past, and she was once under my care for a period.
Right. And this at least proves that there is a zone within Irminsul that can be connected to...
That's right. Providing wisdom to the people is one of the very reasons for Irminsul's existence.
In that case, I'll skip to the conclusion then. We need to further modify Aru. Merge it with the Akasha, manufacture terminals, and distribute them to every single person we can reach.
Every person?
Yes.
I've already calculated the amount of raw material.
So you mean we're going to get new?
Yes. But this time, the people of Sumeru won't be using them to acquire—
When we evacuated the city, we brought all the important assets from the House of Dana, in case we ended up needing them. Fortunately, this included the Akasha system's main We've checked all the relevant records, and one thing is certain. Nothing like this has ever been done on—
Everyone in Sumeru is part of the plan. Whoever controls the people controls the city.
Since this function of Irminsul was introduced, it has only ever been made available to scholars, who don't constitute a particularly large, but by expanding the scale to include all the people of Sumeru, all under normal circumstances, Irminsul would be able to cope with the additional load. Thus, it might be possible to shut it down completely. Counting down. 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
Ready! People sought knowledge, they turned to the Tree of Wisdom. Today, we use it to save Sumeru and the whole world. These boughs that nurtured learning must not become tools for destroying the world.
Please stop. End this transformation.
You would shut down Irminsul just to stop me? You fools. I have all the time in the world.
Success! The evil Irminsul tree has stopped growing!
Great.
What a display of true courage! The courage to think and the courage to act! I never thought I would witness the shutdown of Irminsul with my own eyes. Perhaps—
Indeed, only humans could do such a thing. Gods—
What was once created for spreading knowledge is now used for another purpose. A rather ingenious plan.
I am grateful to you three for your help. Only thanks to you were we able to extend Aru's interference capabilities to now, nobody who wears a terminal will have their activity accurately tracked by Irminsul. No matter how many eyes did— Now for the next, I will need the help of your supreme powers.
How might we be of service, Lord of Dendro?
I need to reach the Eternal Oasis immediately. Right now?
In that case, Ibis King, would you agree that this is a fine opportunity to dust off our—
Never. I assume you have that chess set with you?
You mean the one you gave to me as a gift? Asking for it back, are you?
How could I? You misjudge me. I just wanted to show you another way you can use it. Connect to Safei Shatranj.
Safei Shatranj?
Thoth's chess set gains its power from the chessboard laid out in the desert by King Deshret and ourselves. All ceremonies conducted using the chess set must be activated via Safei Shatranj. In other words, the chess set is an extension of the chessboard. In the past, moving a chess piece was a sacred and momentous act.
Transfer initiated. Entering live.
We haven't heard a single word from our spy in the desert. I'm afraid he...
Never mind.
But we spent years turning him.
Nothing comes for free in this world, but the loss is not without its purpose. For a small price, we have wasted a precious amount of the limited time they have. Quite a bu-
Understood.
Weighing profit against loss is a necessary part of life. But to tell the truth, I have been operating at a loss since this all began. Since many centuries ago. For instance, why would a banker act as the executor of a will? If you hadn't deposited your personal belongings at Northland Bank, I would have no reason to be here right now. Dottore, I've placed your final data backup into the ley lines as per our contract. I trust we are now square for the safe deposit fees you paid.
Is it not a little petty to split hairs like this, given our amicable relationship?
I consider sound bookkeeping a matter of principle.
Do not forget that you only live to see this day thanks to me. In fact, every day of your life since you met me, you've been living on borrowed time.
Why, that's hardly a fair assessment. I will concede that my survival was perhaps at your whim, but I became a harbinger on my own merits. Managing money is not like other professions. Mine is not a role I could have acquired based on your recommendation alone, and certainly not one I could have lasted so long in without genuine ability.
The information stored in the ley lines is quite comprehensive. Rest assured, I have not forgotten how strong your pride is. Well, I presume you have no sense of fragmentation while talking with me.
How could anything possibly go wrong with such strict measures in place? The remainder of your soul was split in two, with one half sent to Nodcry and the other stored in the most secure vault of the Northland Bank. Though I must say, your disdain for the other segments is quite amusing. Zandik is you, and you are Zandik. Zandik created the segments, yet you, a segment yourself, reject him.
That is, Zandik, created segments of various ages in his later years. To achieve this, he had to freeze time and part with a portion of his soul. But as constructive as it sounds, it erases my uniqueness. If each segment is equally me, then by the same token, none of them are truly me. A soul living forever in the past inevitably holds different views than he did in his later years. The same thing that completes me also restricts me. You too might ask yourself which stage of your life you want to be preserved at. The day your business failed? Or the day you were framed by a gang and sold off to a medical lab as a test subject?
We needn't dredge up the past.
This undesirable plan was eventually scrapped. Lesser Lord Kusanali was quite right. I needed an opportunity to eliminate myself. And after that, I concluded that there was no more effective plan than directly splitting the soul. Once the soul is transferred out, you will find that creating a physical body is far simpler than creating a puppet.
The other half of your soul suffered a crushing defeat in Nodcry, you know.
And yet in the process, I obtained the information I always wanted, did I not? Because
I once thought your ultimate goal was to ascend to godhood. But as it turns out, that was merely one of your experiments.
experiments take many forms. Most people are too eager for success, too fixated on the end goal. They forget that the experimental process itself is just as important. A suspiciously vacant seat, a new face. I trust you can put two and two together. The reason it doesn't exist is because someone tampered.
What can I say? After all your efforts, you really did uncover the world's secrets. So, is the new world you promised a lie?
No, it never was. I am glad to be able to control Irmin's soul from within. Now I shall attempt to create a new world inside the existing one. Almost everyone faces the prospect of death, but not a single person has ever been able to experiment unrestrained in the afterlife through sheer force of will. I am the only one to have overcome this enormous challenge. Would I not be letting the world down if I didn't make the most of the
Clearly, the dividing of your soul did not affect the magnitude of your ego. Out of all the versions of you that have ever existed, this you is the most insane and the most radical.
Is that why you chose to work with me? Which was it then? My insanity? Or my radicalism?
Could I call myself a venture capitalist without a suitably ambitious plan to invest in? Yours happened to fit the bill quite perfectly.
Well then, I must say, while I am surprised enough that you showed up at all, what surprises me more is that you chose to present yourself as my former subordinate, and not as the banker Pantalone.
Why make things harder than they need to be? Exposing my true identity in a situation like this would only serve to destroy diplomatic relations between Snezhnaya and Sumeru. I daren't imagine the consequences. Showing up in the name of the original antagonist gives you the recognition you rightly deserve, while also being sensitive to Snezhnaya's predicament. It was an easy win. As for why I'm here, if you're suggesting that your credit is in the negative, I won't argue with that. Many people say that about you.
I'd argue that a significant factor in your willingness to cooperate is the fact that you have but a few years of life left after my death. Living and dying together has a way of binding two parties together rather closely. Is it not true that a relationship should be judged by both the positive and negative returns it yields?
So some of what I said actually made it into your head after all. It's true that I hope you don't die too soon, but don't you find that a strange thing for me to say? After all, you've already had quite a long life, especially for a human being.
Let's not pretend that you're any more innocent than I am. Are we not the same in this regard? We both despise the existing...
Is it really so greedy to want the world to operate by a new set of rules?
Of course not, my dear friend. And as I've said before, mutual interest is the foundation for the most reliable of relationships. You can attest...
I just hope there never comes a day when I have to work too hard to prove that.
Regrader, sir. People have been spotted approach...
How strange. Despite your access to Irminsol's data, it appears the soldiers noticed before you did. Well, Dottore,
They're coming. They'll breach the city gate.
But even so, I would say Irminsol is a wonderfully convenient thing on the whole. If you do manage to create a new world, perhaps you could plant one outside my office.
I'll consider it.
What do you need me to do? Stall them?
The experiment will take time. Stall them for...
Very well. But you're really asking for the... Have you heard this story? There was once a guilty man, kneeling in the center of a church while an angry mob outside waited. He pleaded with the gods, begging them to grant him one final request. The chance to finish confessing his sins before... Many suns and moons passed. Seasons changed, And still, his confession continued, as if he intended to speak until the end of time.
Are you suggesting I worship you as a god? Or were you hoping that I might...
Certainly not the latter. That would make my life miserable indeed.
For someone who despises them so, you never seem to have any objections to me creating or becoming one. At first, I thought you'd be furious.
Concerned I would terminate our partnership, were you?
Not at all. You had reasons why our partnership must...
Don't you find people's attitudes toward gods amusing? A god descends from the heavens and people worship it unreservedly, blindly following whatever rules are... And yet, when they see an ordinary person gain godlike levels of power by virtue of their own hard work, they treat him with nothing but...
Is that supposed to be a...
No. I was just thinking. I pity the man who would call you a compatriot.
There's no need to be so self...
Isn't it a little too early to be saying goodbye? Not that I wish to keep you from your business, of course. Very well. Let's leave the conversation there for now.
The power of King Deshret's 7 pillars is truly remarkable. With just a chessboard, you can move an entire unit across the material plane.
Yeah, sets us up for a much easier fight. Really makes my day.
I wonder how many people can say they stormed a city twice in their lifetime.
I was just thinking that. I've definitely had more than my fair share of unusual experiences in my life.
This is my first time here, actually. We never usually leave Gandharvaville.
I hope this will be my last time.
Does everyone have to chime in? Can't we just fight?
What an amusing comment, my dear lady. Yet humans often alleviate tension via small talk.
Whoa! Why is...
Because the image on her shield is one of me. And I, of course, can appear wherever I wish to.
Huh. Well, la-dee-da. Isn't that fancy? Could I get in on this?
You wish for your gauntlet to speak? Why, certainly.
Ahem. I think you'll find that it is I whose image is carved hereupon.
Thanks. Definitely feel stronger now.
You're welcome, my lady. I am glad to lend you my power.
Sino, what's the situation?
There are troops stationed at every entrance. As we expected. Everyone, stick to the plan. We'll take the main entrance. You head for the House of... Move out!
Out of my way! Take this!
Now
Watch
it's
out!
your
Meet
turn.
your maker! Ah!
Get lost!
Thank you, Jed.
You gotta be more careful. If you're not ready to put your life on the line, you can't be certain of defeating your opponent.
She's right. Keep your wits about you, Rana.
Pay your dues.
Let's get it on!
Surrender!
Yield!
Take them out and secure the harbor. Reinforcements will arrive by water.
Consider it done. Show no mercy. Too easy.
Winter shall eventually come.
You need to hurry up.
Heal. Let's get it on. Ha.
Nowhere to run.
You're so soon. No escape.
Surrender.
You. Use the force off this time.
Let's get it on. Do your work.
Nowhere to run. Waterway secured.
Brothers! Sisters!
Perfect. Just in time.
Welcome. Once we've linked up,
The team has arrived at the north entrance, as planned.
Good. Press on.
There you are.
Nowhere to run.
What a waste of time.
Fix your skull. Time for the big one.
Nowhere to run.
Did it take too long?
Look out!
Finally. We need to hurry. Take the middle road now.
Mahamacha Sino!
Don't relax just yet. More Fatui approaching from the right.
Irminsul cannot track our movements. If necessary, we could split up.
Don't worry. We'll wipe them all out.
As you can see, our people came raring to go.
Good, good.
How are things with the Traveler?
Don't underestimate Tainari just because he's a forest watcher.
All right. You know that's not what I meant.
Sino and the reinforcements have drawn the Fatuis. By using a cluster leaf of cultivation, we can pass through certain terrain silently.
Good luck with that. We'll just fly up.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
One with the force. This'll do it.
It's jammed. So quiet.
Fatui soldiers up ahead.
Careful.
Prepare for battle.
Hey! There's people over there.
You have some nerve showing your faces here in the center of...
You're right on schedule.
Well, this guy sure as heck isn't your average Fatui.
They've stationed quite a few people nearby. It definitely... Everything about this guy feels too deliberate. I highly doubt he's just a subordinate of Dottores. So you've been waiting for us. But it looks like you're geared up for a conversation, rather than a...
Very clever, General Mahamatra Sino. I know you're the one...
A siege? Sumeru City belongs to us!
Historically, yes. But things can always change. We have quite a sizable force with us, you know.
There's a Fatui ambush at the north gate.
Can you handle him?
We can for now.
Yes, I'm quite sure both sides can hold their ground for the time being. The battle is not. But what happens next? Do you enjoy watching bloodshed? Once a war begins, some people must die. I doubt you wish that fate upon anyone you know.
Wait a second. It's a trick. He's not even there. Silence!
He disappeared. What was that? A ghost?
Curses! He was never there to begin with. That was just a
Enough talk! Attack!
I apologize for being unable to accompany you at this crucial moment, but I am compelled to leave for reasons. Sumeru's General Mahamatra is quite ruthless. It's a good thing I wasn't there in person.
Your illusion held them up for a time just fine. But now that they have seen through it, they will realize you...
Decoy or not, what matters now is that they will be heading your way.
Not imminently.
This is far enough. Tighnari, you go.
Are you sure you don't need me to?
No need. Once the connection is established, we'll disappear from the sink.
All right. Goodbye for now, then.
Now where's the interface Nahida mentioned? Come on, where's it hiding?
We can connect to the inside of Irminsul through the Sanctuary of Surasthana's built-in security system. You should be pretty familiar with the process.
Is it the same route as last time?
For the most part. We don't need to...
Then I should be fine.
And Paimon? Once you're both ready...
Wait! The stakes are way higher this time, right? Maybe Paimon should stay outside. Huh? Why are you staring at me?
It's nothing. I just suddenly realized how much you've grown.
Hey, you've grown quite a lot yourself. Don't you two start getting into it again.
Well, anyway, Paimon thinks she's pretty knowledgeable. Who's the best guide in Tavatigan? And don't...
If we say Alhatham's not a weirdo, it's hard to explain how he came up with the idea of you applying to the Academia. But for all that he counts, you're doing surprise...
Just goes to show how important it is to have someone supporting you. And Paimon's not the only one. Let's not forget that you only became a student because of...
That's fair. I have learned a lot in Sumeru. Oh yeah. Did you ever come up with that ugly nickname you promised?
What? No way! We're friends now! Paimon...
Fine. Suit your...
We need to go. Paimon, if you're staying... Look...
Will do! Paimon's gonna link up with Tighnari and Cyno. You guys...
We will be.
Initiating connection. Well, come to think of it, I still don't even know where we're going.
Thanks to our terminals, it should be impossible.
Don't tell me. Only you need to know. That way, whatever happens to me next, it won't affect...
Listen to me. Your safety, don't even think about sacrificing yourself for the greater good.
All right, if you insist.
This place looks so different from how I remember. It's a complete mess.
Must be Dottore doing. Either he's searching for some information
It's still changing.
He has to know we've entered Irminsul. But luckily for us, be on your guard. The red parts have probably been corrupted by Dottore's power. Don't touch them, or you might alert him. He's looking for us. Tread carefully. That wall could be a problem. Fortunately, it looks breakable. Give it a shot. Behold! The wind rises. Search for it. Squall Fury. The same old trick again? Are you kidding me? Let's handle it just like we did before. This cheap trick isn't gonna stop us.
Oh no, it's
a trap. Is that why he was using the same trick over and over again? To get us to lower our guard?
I'm trapped!
Why won't this thing budge?
Hello?
Nicole!
Yes, it's me. I'm monitoring your progress from inside the Eternal Oasis, and I couldn't see anything at first. But now that you two are inside, I can use your location. It's not the clearest image, but it's better than not being able to help at all. I can't intervene directly, but I can help to guide you out of the... Dottore in his current form is a blight upon both Irminsul and the ley lines. Pay attention to your surroundings. There must be sources of his contamination nearby.
Is that one of them?
Precisely. Take it out. Good work. But we're not done yet. Stay close, and let's see if we can find any others like it nearby.
The wind rises.
This must be another one.
Agreed. Now... Oh, wait! Watch out!
It's Dottore. I think he's found us. Squall Fury.
The seal is broken. Quick! Get out of there!
And where exactly do you think you can run to?
Wait, what is that?
Pursuers! That's gotta be it!
Run! Don't let that thing touch you.
Dodge that attack!
There's more than one path. Which way do we go?
To the left! Trust me!
Fleeing like vermin. What a pathetic sight.
Hey!
Watch yourselves! Stay focused.
There's a cliff ahead. Jump!
More of those corruption sources. Destroy them as you did before, and open the exit as quickly as possible. They're relentless. Is he trying to wear us down? You'll just have to destroy these too. I think the pursuit is over.
Hard to say. Stay alert.
Behold! I think we've made...
Good.
You doing okay?
I'll be fine.
Take a short rest, and...
Nicole?
The connection's been cut. But that means...
Look at you supporting one another. How very...
Dottore!
Took you long enough to find us. You're more useless than I thought.
Oh, really? I think I deserve a little more credit for my methods than that. Rather than hunting you down, I chose to let you roam free. I indulged your presumption that I was unable to track your movements. Played along with your clever little plan. Fleeing is for animals, but I rather enjoy watching you flee. Some things lose the will to run altogether as soon as you put them...
If that's true, then what?
Because I wanted to observe you up close. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not here for a fight. Is it so unusual that I... After all, it's been a while. Scaramouche. Why are you so afraid? I have done nothing unprecedented in discovering the truth. You made a bold series of moves in deciding to erase yourself. And with the power of this great chronicling device called Irminsul, you were able to achieve something quite... Once most people form an opinion about someone, it tends to imprison their mind. Yet you managed to erase every trace of your existence. A novel take on death. However, this meant that you stood out to me all the more when I saw you in Nodcry. I didn't even have to go looking for you. Just the sight of you was enough for me to intuit the truth. For someone in my position, connecting the dots was a trivial affair. It would have been more surprising if I hadn't managed to piece it together.
You seem very pleased with yourself for figuring it out. I'm sure you'd even be more delighted to learn the full extent of your crimes.
That would hardly be necessary. Besides, isn't there something that... Let me put your mind at ease. I have no intention whatsoever of restoring any of the records you deleted. For one thing, it would be exceptionally... I doubt that the prospect of losing your current life is all that frightening to you. Because in your case... The cruelest twist of fate is that you'll never again have the chance to make up for any of your mistakes.
Dottore?
All here shall bend to my will.
That's far enough!
I'm afraid you'll need to do better than that to take me down. I expected you to have grown stronger. Ah, how foolish of me. I forgot that you lack any means to increase your power.
You will pay for everything you've done!
Oh, will I now?
Behold! Bow your head!
Does the prospect of death amuse you?
I could ask you the same question! I'll distract Dottore. You focus on the mission. Got it!
For the hopes and dreams of the masses.
Open the secret door on this enchanting night. May wisdom's light eradicate ignorance and darkness, and hereby fulfill our ancient vow. Commence data extraction.
Cling to outdated ideals and stand in the way of progress. You will pay for interfering with the grandest experiment of all time.
Good timing.
Dottore, as clever as you are, you fail to understand wisdom. Wisdom takes many forms, but the path you have chosen eschews them all.
Huh. My strength is fading!
Since you are within Irminsul, it stands to reason that any power you wield comes from it.
You're extracting the information from Irminsul just to strip me of my power.
I will find his weakness. I see everything! Now!
I admire your attempt to introduce a new variant, but it's nowhere near enough! Fly! A petty trick!
This may hurt a little.
Squall and Fury!
Go!
Behold!
Burn all before you!
Blazing light!
Blade of the final blade!
Yeah, this may hurt a little.
The wind rises.
Ha! You won't distract!
So close! Just hold on a little longer. I'll hold him up. Traveler, Hat Guy, the rest is up to you.
We certainly have a knack for surprising each other, don't we?
I'm just getting started. It's time. Say your prayers.
Stay on the offensive. We'll watch your back.
Honed in flame. It's time. Say your prayers. That's far enough. Squall and Fury. Blazing light! It's time! Say your prayers!
Primal Blaze!
The wind rises. It's time! Say your prayers! Finally, time for you to die. Excited?
Time for me to die? How could I have reached this place if death was something I feared?
The last gasp struggle of a dying man is a pretty pathetic sight. And I know it. It's time! Say your prayers!
That's enough!
It's all yours. Do with it as you see fit.
Just as you say, this world is home to some archaic things. And as you suppose, you are a formidable opponent. You have long coveted the secrets of wisdom. So now, I will demonstrate true wisdom in action. I invoke my supreme authority as the keeper of Irminsul. Commend me or condemn me. But give your verdict now!
Blessed One of Wisdom, Mahakusaladhama, are you certain that you wish to exercise your authority to destroy Irminsul? It represents both your roots and your finest accomplishments. You truly intend to abandon the very thing you have always fought for?
This is my decision. Irminsul has been corrupted beyond redemption.
Irminsul is the original tree of Tevat. It is the means by which the heavenly principles maintains fate itself. The seven Archons should honor and revere it, for their authority was bestowed upon them by the heavenly principles.
It is precisely because I honor and revere it that I fight for the humanity it exists to protect. Wisdom is knowing how to weigh the options and make the right decision. If you truly care about the fortunes of this world, then it is me you should seek to preserve.
Planting a seed begins the chain of cause and effect. Since you have become a great tree yourself, why should the loss of another tree be anything to me? Till we meet again, Lord of Dendro.
The first flame. The pure, cleansing fire.
shall we?
Where were we?
I was suggesting that you needn't perform when signing a contract.
You're only sitting here because your bank demanded an evaluation of the trustee.
So you told a story about a young scholar from a merchant family in Sumeru?
I told a compelling tale, didn't I?
The post-expulsion story is far more captivating.
The human experiments or the elixir of immortality?
The part where you die.
Ah, yes. My favorite part. The 35-year-old Segment thought of himself as Dottore, reserving the name Zandik for the original specimen. Of all the Segments, he was the most selfish. After his expulsion, Dottore searched for a new direction. He joined the Fatui, studied Elazar in great depth, secured resources. He was rather fortunate in his career. Zandik turned to Conrian technology and successfully created his segments. But this was not immortality. Even with backup segments, his body would still age. Still, thanks to Snezhnaya, Zandik found the ideal base for his experiments. Then a perfect partnership materialized at a crucial moment. The year that both parties realized they needed more time. Fortunately, Zandik succeeded. In a miraculous turn of events, he gained the extra time he needed.
I seem to recall it differently.
All right, it's true. No matter how much elixir he took, Zandik remained human and continued to age. Then, on the morning he turned 85...
Help me up! Call for help!
Surely he would be rescued, Zandik thought. But to his surprise, no one helped him. Zandik was too selfish for that.
Don't forget, you're one of us.
Yes, and we're all waiting.
Waiting for me to die.
Pantalone arrived for a meeting and happened to witness what followed. He found it unsettling.
I never said that.
But the Zandiks were unfazed. It was a rare opportunity for self-dissection.
What does all that have to do with you depositing your data at Northland Bank?
It has made me cherish my time in this world all the more.
Fair enough. So you do have a sense of self-preservation.
What do you mean?
You're hardly normal, and you don't cherish life. You just don't want to admit defeat in the limited time you have.
Even so, don't I deserve an interesting ending?
I'm counting on it.
If nothing else, I expect my funeral will be a grand affair indeed.
What a magnificent fire. In Snezhnaya, we light fires to ward off the cold. Fire, it seems, is antithetical to ideas such as cold, frozen, and up.
Perhaps it has always been that way. From the beginning, fire has been used to drive away wild beasts and warm the body and mind. You could say it's a form of treatment. One that cures the human heart of mortal fear.
Mortal fear? Something you haven't been acquainted with in a long time, by the sounds of it.
Whereas you, I'm sure, must know the feeling quite well indeed. I remember when we first discussed the elixir of immortality, you claimed that extending your lifespan was about... You fear the prospect of dying a wretched end in this world, don't you?
Of course I do. I'm only human, after all. And while you may have forgotten it, you cannot deny that you too were once human, Dottore. I do not believe that there is no such fear in your heart.
Perhaps you are right. But I abandoned it long ago and devoted myself to my experiments. I have felt no...
From the very beginning, I never thought you could win this game.
But still you came. Contract in hand.
Because I am a reputable partner.
And as we have discussed, experiments are about more than results alone. The process is equally important. I have come here and completed my creation, and I do not regret my decision.
I'm afraid your journey ends...
After I die, there will be no one to make the elixir of immortality, and your remaining stock will only last a few more years. How then will you prove that you didn't perish in this incident alongside everyone else?
When I feel optimistic about market environments, I never forcibly adjust them. They have their own direction. And I myself am one such environment. I have been quite particular about many things in my life. But where the manner of my death is concerned, I choose not.
You make yourself sound so magnanimous.
Oh, but I am. And I hope you will be too. It may have been a long time since anyone told you this, Dottore, but I recognize that you are a truly rare talent.
Ha! I can see it. The experiment in blasphemy that I've been performing all this time. It has been a long process, and I do not care about...
If the very goal of your experiment was to explore infinite possibilities, then there was never any reason for it to end.
Indeed. Yet now, the experiment has officially drawn to a close.
What should I call you? Zandik? Or do you prefer Dottore?
Suit yourself. Goodbye, Feofan. This time, that's what it truly is.
And don't I know it? Goodbye, Zandik.
I could have carried out many more experiments. But to me, Lord of Dendro, this outcome is...
I believe you. But unfortunately, this is where...
Experiment. It sounds like you're trying to outdo me in my own field.
Wisdom is conveying information in terms that people can clearly understand. You know exactly what I mean.
Indeed. I can see no further outcome. Ha. You have a formidable mind, and you are braver than I thought. Setting fire to the very thing your survival depends on...
When necessary, wisdom can be as fierce as an inferno. Some of the flames that incinerate you come from within yourself.
Perhaps you are right. You see what lies at the bottom of the human...
Here is where your journey comes to an end. All that is yet unknown belongs to those of us who will carry on living.
It seems I have unwittingly been your arch-enemy all along.
I do not deny your intelligence. But what you... There are events that take place in the real world. And there is so much... Goodbye. We will never...
Well, that's the last of them. Everyone on the list is...
It was a long, hard road, but we finally finished. I just pray that we'll never need to leave again. I hope we...
Paradise. In the annals of the Temple of Silence, that word carries great...
I wouldn't think gods need such a place.
People always think they're the only ones who can lose their homes. They forget that, as the Goat King once said, a god without his people shall cease to exist. Gods need their believers, every bit as...
Only we can truly understand how much the desert faith has faded over the centuries. But we still talk about the gods as though they're part of our life.
Given the myriad ways in which gods and humans interact, I'd say they really are. How else could Dunyarzad consider the Dendro Archon a
Well, that sounds about right to me. Describing them as friends sure makes us feel a whole lot closer.
If you told me a few years back that I'd have this many friends.
Belief is a choice, just like friendship. We've made our choices through battle.
I'll be heading back to the Temple of Silence. I heard the Goat King and the Ibis King decided to pay us a...
It's back to Aru Village for us. Still plenty of...
Until next time, old friend. As long as you can find the time, you're always welcome to visit us in our...
Right back at you. Make sure to drop by the Temple of Silence the next time you're free. Where it is that 2 of the other 7 pillars, Shezapang and Bennu, might also be dropping by. Since you're wearing the symbols of their power, it'd only be fitting if you came to see them for yourself.
Dropping by? That makes it sound like they're visiting a neighbor's home.
Well, the temple was founded by Hermanubis, so I guess to them, that's exactly what it is.
Guess that's true.
All right. We'll make sure to find time to stop by.
I will.
You do have a point.
See? Retirement has always been a problem, especially for old-timers like us who've been locked away all these years. You finally step out into the light, and bam! You're face to face with a whole different world.
Naturally.
What do you think, Layla?
Huh? Why would you think to ask? How could I possibly be qualified to decide where the servants of King Deshret should live?
Sorry if my question was unclear. Do you think their statues will stand out too much if we place them here?
Hey, I never agreed to this. How could we possibly allow our statues to be left in Hermanubis' home? That would be like breaking into someone's house.
Different beliefs can coexist. We still need to
By which you mean, you two plan to stay at the Temple of Silence, for a while at least. But you have no intention of relocating your statues here. So...
Family.
You could say that. In a sense, Hermanubis would view this as his home. Just look at this place. Magnificent, is it not? The sad truth is, in the past, all 3 of us invested so much into misguided ventures. We failed to build what we should have. And waste...
And what...
I mean that for the most part, time spent associating with the likes of Sobek, and, let's say, Thoth, might reasonably be considered...
Why does that not surprise me?
Anyway, given how much time we'll all be spending together, I'd say that the bonds we built...
Once Zethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence, returns, you can discuss the matter of state, but judging by the expressions of everyone here, this sacred ground houses untold knowledge after all. What better place for the servants of...
How about we share a meal together first? I imagine it...
Oh, that sounds wonderful! After so many hundreds of years, I can only surmise that desert cuisine has become a...
Are we having a get-together? If you'd like, I can help prepare some food.
Oh, my, that would be wonderful. I'm touched that...
How the times have changed! To the people of today, it seems the Ibis King has become a kind and passionate god.
And you, Mr. Herreshoff?
To be honest, I haven't given it much thought.
I'm very happy with my current life.
Forgive my bluntness, but you do not seem to derive your authority from majesty and might, like Lord Al-Ahmar. Clearly your approach has its advantages, but also its...
I do, but projecting a majestic front doesn't really suit me. Besides...
Not putting on airs might earn you more adoration.
Exactly. Besides, I really like parties where everyone brings their own food, and we all come together to share.
Last time when we got together for a picnic near the Avidia Forest, it was quite the occasion. Seeing as you're already...
Can we do that? Wouldn't...
Don't worry, I can help out. Layla,
Me? Sure.
the more the merrier.
Don't take this the wrong way. I just think you should know when it comes.
In that case...
If I were to compete against you, I can't say with certainty I'd win, but I certainly wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
Where's Sobek? I'm sure he'd be good for a few rounds. Cards, cards, cards! I'll always prefer chess.
I wonder what variant of chess we're talking here.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. As long as the leader of the Temple of Silence agrees, we can search Hermanubis' place for...
Such devastation visited on Sumeru City. So many houses destroyed or damaged in the fighting. Look at all of this. It's going to take me forever to tidy up.
I would have thought a little appreciation of my sincerity and effort in helping to clean up this mess might be in order.
Helping? Effort? This is your house! Of course you should be putting in the effort! If anything, I'm the one who's
So you see yourself as just a helper in this situation. I must admit, I'm rather shocked.
If you're trying to say that since I live here too, I have an obligation to tidy up, fine. I suppose I do. Wait a second.
In the wake of a great storm, a missing roof is a predictable and
Can you stop making it seem like I care more about this house than you do? Doesn't it upset you at all to see your home in this state?
I won't pretend it's ideal, but that's no reason to be upset.
This is the roof over your head, your shelter from the cold. The furniture is scattered, the paintings have fallen.
The way I see it, these problems...
Ugh, this is precisely why I hate talking to you about sentimental things. It's like banging my head against a wall.
It sounds like this is causing you a lot of anguish.
You mean the house or the paintings?
I mean your sentimentality.
Oh, well, yes. But I'd rather not.
Generally speaking, when anguish becomes the norm, people usually make an attempt to
But there are so many people and things in life that are difficult to change. It's not like you can force them. Anguish can be a source of inspiration. And I'm not sure I could break my reliance on it.
I'm glad you're able to make yourself think like that.
What kind of a response is that? I was stating a profound truth about the very nature of art. Suffering is the cradle of all creation.
And I wasn't trying to. I'm just happy for you. Pure and simple.
Happy about...
Happy that you can always find an answer that backs up your views.
You...
More often than not, life is a process of running into problems and then searching for answers. Yours more than most. Not everyone's so good at justifying things to themselves. It's something that you've been steadily mastering.
Huh. What about you, then?
Pass me that box.
Huh? Okay.
You may consider this my progress on the path to mastery.
Wait a second. Isn't that box mine? Hey, it is!
Would you like me to put it in your bedroom for you?
Huh? What kind of progress is this? Does he think he can bribe me? These books on the floor, they're a complete mess. And this one, didn't he say it was an out-of-print collectible? It's completely... Ugh, guess I should help him repair it.
Local subterbeast, imported goods, such a bright future ahead. I can picture the Mora just rolling in.
You do realize you sound like a choking cow?
It's called being imposing. Can't you feel it? Are you not intimidated?
Oh, I'm positively shaking in my sandals. What commands do you have for me?
You've got a lot of nerve, Nefer. You went and told Candace and the others everything, didn't you? Seriously, do you have any idea how differently they see me now?
Surely that's a good thing. I presume they're more disposed to actually like you now. Maybe
You traded my secret for sympathy! Thanks to you, I've lost every last shred of my mercantile majesty. How am I supposed to make anyone think I'm a big, scary investor now?
the dark days of Lord Sangama Bay are behind you.
Speaking of friends, since when did the notorious Lady Nefer gain such an admiration for holier-than-thou types? A moon chanter here, an angel there? Who'd have thought it?
A coming together of fates, nothing more. No need to...
Forget it. You're right about one thing at least. Still, I really took a loss this time.
I'm trying to see if you're really crying or if A little birdie told me that when Lord Sangama Bay makes money, the tears flow from the center of her eyes. But when she loses it...
You are so annoying. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Nefer! Thank goodness you're here. I've been looking...
Huh? Well. If it isn't the House of Dana's very own library...
Oh, no. I'm not here to buy. I'm here to bring Lady Nefer a book, and a fascinating one at that. We agreed to meet at the entrance to the mausoleum of King Deshret. One more thing. I bought this copy with my own money.
Reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense all...
Huh? Isn't that...
It was all the rage for a while. People throughout the city were clamoring to get their hands on a copy. The names inside were all circled. Everyone...
Don't bring up that book in my presence. I don't even want to hear its name. That thing...
Surprisingly enough, I've actually heard of this book. Though it doesn't seem of much consequence. So, what truth lies behind it?
You're from the Vahumana and you're asking me what the truth is? I'd say the actual truth was about the least important part of the whole episode. I brought you this book because it probably has the most interesting backstory of any in the House of Dana's collection. At least...
Don't tell me it's actually any good.
You may not know this, Lord Sangama Bay, but Lady Nefer has a fondness for books.
No eye for good literature.
Perhaps she feels that bad books hide interesting secrets? But I shouldn't put words in her mouth. It's probably fair to say she prefers the conversations that books can spark over the substance of the books themselves.
Suits my style as an intel broker. Very interesting, thank you. And as it happens, I have some...
Incense?
I imagine you've already used up the incense I gave you last time. Here's some more.
Well, actually, I've been saving the incense you gave me. But I'll gladly accept this, too.
Katayun, you haven't changed.
Congratulations.
Well done, Kale. After studying for so long.
Sure hasn't been easy for you, huh? This really...
All grown up. No longer a trainee, but an official forest ranger.
Thanks, everyone. It's true. Master Tainari. Thank you for your guidance and support.
Sino had a matter to attend to at the Temple of Silence. I don't imagine he'll be back for some time.
I'm afraid the party will have to wait. Kale still has...
Kale?
No, it's not what you think. There's nothing wrong with my I've made plans with the Traveler and Paimon to visit Mondstadt. Master
Well, that's a relief. Let's get together when everyone's back.
Of course. Phew. After all that catching up on sleep and food...
For someone who spends so much time resting,
You're...
Hey! Paimon's been working her butt off too, you know. She flew...
Don't worry, I saw how...
Alright, we all know you're the most hardworking person in Teyvat. As long as you're... Paimon's been looking around the place, and it seems like the city's already on the mend. But...
Honed in flame!
Hey, Nahida! And Hat Guy's Traveler, Paimon!
What's going on here?
Nothing much. Nahida was just expressing concern for my...
Oh, the Traveler told Paimon all about that. We've both...
You make it sound like I'm on the brink of some kind of breakdown. Truth is, if we can just get to the bottom of Dotori's intentions, we can minimize...
Just listen to that newfound optimism. It seems like having you enroll in the Vahumana was a truly inspiring...
Observe, a classic Sumeru specialty. Chalking everything up to education and learning.
To be honest, even I can sense the change in you.
Everything Dotori said to you was a way to manipulate your mind.
Can someone as old as me really continue to grow?
If it helps, just think of yourself as a late bloomer. It's all a matter of phrasing, and it comes down to what's for a puppet. Developing at such an age is perfectly normal. But if you choose to call yourself a late bloomer, it's...
However you see yourself, well done.
All right.
Anyway,
what else can I do but complete my current courses? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. There are still things in the city...
I'm so happy that Hat Guy is doing better, but... What about you, Nahida? The Pyronosis burned down the corrupted Irminsul. The flames blazed for 7 days and 7 nights before they finally subsided. All that was left were the parts. Now, Aru shoulders the responsibilities that once belonged to Irminsul. The situation was contained before it got out of hand, so Teyvat...
Irminsul has a strong influence over you, doesn't it?
There's no need to worry. Thanks to Nicole's extraordinary talents, my connection to Irminsul has been... Angels can do things? They can. Such abilities are precisely what makes them so powerful. The Goddess of Flowers, in my eyes, much of what she went on to achieve reached such transcendent levels. Her and Nicole really...
So, does that mean you're...
Correct. Just imagine that Aru has become the new Irminsul. The wisdom of Sumeru has ultimately converged into a single, unified entity. Should we ascribe this all to fate? Whatever it is, the important thing is the...
Dendro Archon, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Oh, thank goodness you're here.
Sir Nepis, do you have...
Yes, there's something I need to report.
The Fatui Harbinger, the Rooster, sends us his sympathies, along with all the usual pleasantries. His stance is that, following the unrest in Nodcry, Dotori was subjected to internal censure. This madness was the act of a rogue element, one who cannot be seen to represent the Zapoliarni palette.
No less than can be expected.
Snezhnaya paid a heavy price working to stop him. They even lost one of their own harp. The letter goes on to say that even so, Snezhnaya cannot claim to be blameless. Apparently, they will deal with Dotori's subordinates in accordance with Snezhnayan law, holding all... Additionally, they are supplying relief funds and supplies, which are already en route. They hope that... Sounds like he's got an answer for it.
True. But as diplomatic rhetoric goes, it's highly effective. completely watertight. But
This disaster has had a profound impact on Sumeru. The matter of Dotori can be seen as settled for now. We are sure to cross paths again in the future, and in that light, Snezhnaya would do well to uphold their responsibilities. With Irminsul burned, the flow of fate now carries many more possibilities.
perhaps we can move on to a less serious matter? Dendro Archon, will you eat with us?
Of course! Junior Zod, Sino, and Hypatia all told me the same thing. That there isn't enough room for everyone.
What a wonderful idea. That just leaves the
Not more tomatoes, surely.
More? Dendro Arch...
Those good friends of yours are always talking about tomatoes. Sometimes when I'm walking through the city, I can even hear them arguing in the fields. Since you see them so often, you must hear about tomatoes. Tomatoes. The word has a certain magic to it.
Tomatoes. What can we make with...
Take your time, there's no need to rush. The Traveler, Paimon, and I still...
Does this mean you're going to Natlan? Meet them there in person.
I know. Traveler, Paimon, we'll set off as soon as...
Sure, we'll be ready.
You'll hear no objections from Paimon! We should grab some snacks along... Wonderful. I will... Natlan is such a lively place. It's super cheerful and positive. I can see that. There are people...
You came. Welcome, welcome. You must be hungry from your journey.
Oh, thanks, but no thanks. We've been eating the whole way here. We had a mushroom platter.
All right, all right. No need for...
Maybe later then. We can wait till everyone's got an appetite.
Sounds like a plan. I should tell you, I already have some sense.
Why's that, Malika?
To say thank you.
Your senses are spot on, but
because the pyronosis has vanished.
Despite scouring through the remnants of Irminsul, we couldn't find...
That's certainly unusual. Still, the potential fallout from Irminsul's loss is significant, to say the least. Perhaps the pyronosis's disappearance is simply a knock-on effect of the impact it's had on a certain strand of fate. There's no need to feel guilty. We were clear that this time, there was to be no returning, only giving. Pure and simple.
Thank you really is a fascinating phrase. We use it to express gratitude for the smallest of things. Yet, it's not that we lack other means of expression. It's that...
You're right. In Natlan, we prefer simple expressions too. Companionship.
That's wonderful to hear. Sincere feelings are often a vehicle for the deepest wisdom of all.
Irminsul's destruction doesn't seem to have done you much harm.
There's still a lot of work to do, but before we begin...
Partly to express our gratitude, but also because we felt...
That's a night. To tell you the truth, though, I'm not a fan of somber meetings. So, since there's nothing more to say, why don't we go bask in some actual sunlight?
What a great idea! Paimon!
In that case, I think I'll lie down for a bit too before we...
And where might that be?
Mondstadt. Paimon and I are gonna head back there with
Long ago, I sensed that the god remains inside Kali had come from... Those remains weren't hurting Kali. Not as she is now. They simply exist. A yearning for an ordinary life. a yearning to hold on to the hard-won happiness she now enjoys.
She should be ready to face the truth.
Whenever people meet, there is always the potential to create warmth and kindness. Every child grows up. But even—
Oh, just like how Paimon sometimes sees Nahida as— Is that so? Well, anyone who's friends with— Of course! And there's nothing wrong with that. When we get back, we'll actually be hanging out with another of our friends who happens to be a kid. Or more like—
Dear Sucrose, when you receive this letter, I'll probably be as busy as always. But busy with wonderful things. Impressive, right? Sino said that official rangers sound much tougher than trainees. Though he did say it was already pretty tough. You probably heard that something big happened in Sumeru recently. Don't worry, it's all been Plus, it's not just me. A few of us are going. Hey, do you still remember that time we all got together? You know.
Dainari, is that—
Don't you say it! Is that the great Vayu-Vyastra? Behold, the great Vayu-Vyastra, General Mahamatra.
How times have changed. I wasn't—
You've really upped the aggression in your battle against Sino's jokes.
Kale, how did you know what I was going to say?
For the love of—
Traveler! Paimon! You're right on time!
I hope we haven't—
Kalei!
Sucrose! It's been—
I've been well. Everything's going great.
Not at the moment. Oh, right!
Seriously? That's wonderful. I don't suppose you drew up a detailed test report. Oh, what fruits did you use?
Sucrose, you might want to try asking your questions one at a time.
Albedo! Paimon didn't—
It's been a while since all of us were together like this. How about we fall—
Good idea, my friend.
So, what are your identities this time?
Don't remind him.
First things first. Allow me to introduce our very own official Forest Ranger Kale. The rest of us are simply her humble travel companion.
This sounds like one of those mushy stories that gets people hooked on some corny, heartwarming premise.
Oh, is our story not heartwarming? If I recall correctly, there was even a scene like this in King of Invocation.
Besides being heartwarming, our story's also about tough, impressive...
Oh, you're here already? I'm still giving Dodeko a little trim. I won't be a moment.
A trim? Does Dodeko need haircut?
Of course. It's important to know how to take loving care of the apples of your eye. All of these trivial matters get left to me. It's because I'm an angel, and angels are, in a way—
Oh, right! Well, that's—
What are you writing?
I'm just brainstorming some cool-sounding
Oh, write them on these card backs.
Of course.
Clearly, my lines are pretty—
Miss Nicole?
Kale? You seem a little nervous.
I was just wondering, who was the person—
Wish.
Miss Nicole asked if we could meet up in Mondstadt once everything was over.
Well, you never mentioned that before. All we knew was that you'd arranged—
To be fair, everything— Come on, let's—
Surprised? I bet you weren't expecting to meet a woman like me beneath this beautiful tree in a faraway land. An oasis will spring from the place where a Jinn resides. That saying falls somewhat flat here in Mondstadt, given that everywhere is already so lush and green.
Lilupar?
I made friends with Miss Nicole. I asked her to bring me here. The prologue to this story is that I have a wish. It has stirred within my heart for centuries. Millennia, even.
Could this be
related to the god?
My dear young lady, my mistress left her final trace in this world upon you. I can't tell you, and now I have seen you, and peered into your heart. You have experienced hardship, but beneath all this, I've witnessed—
I do. I want to throw—
But how do you decide what is yours? The scars?
They are. This is something Miss Nicole said I should learn how to adjust my standards. I just want to live as an ordinary human.
Don't you want anything from the remains?
She gave me a revelation once.
In the past, you would not have possessed such a rich heart. Your brief life has taught you to hold— How fascinating.
Of course not. I'm not some great and powerful being, Miss Lilupar.
Yet I am a Jinn. We exist because of the Lord of Flowers. We revere and love Kale.
But her remains won't be easy to remove.
That's beside the point. First, I need to know. Are you willing to do something for the— But look, you know nothing about me. Even if you have heard the— so you do know. Your lips are quivering, your eyes trembling. And still, my dear young lady, to repay your kind—
Are you sure about this?
I yearn to see my mistress. For this moment, the world can burn to ashes, and you, Kale, I can give you a gift.
But Miss Lilupar—
My wish will be fulfilled.
Why would you wish for that?
A long, unending life might seem desirable for one who has never possessed it, yet it brings torment to one who has. My remains are scattered across the yellow sands, but since you've promised to grant my wish, give me that release. Allow the dying—
Kale, there's no pressure on you. What she said, it's all true.
It's as if you want to use the last of your life.
Nothing so selfless. We'll be using our futures to fulfill each other's wishes.
I understand.
Close your eyes, Kale. Then open your soul. From there, I will embrace my mistress. The downpour of flowers is your touch. Like returning to the very beginning. Like surrendering. People say that devotion is beautiful, yet filled with pain. How foolish of— Thank you.
Lilupar!
She left, carrying—
Kale?
I'm fine. Don't actually feel any different at all.
Those remains weren't hurting Kale. Not as she is now. They...
Kale must have already received what she was yearning for.
I'm doing fine.
Then my wish has come true, too.
To become or...
That's just one of my wishes. Actually, I have a few more.
So between Miss Lilopar and me, you fulfilled...
Wonderful. Isn't it?
I guess that settles things here.
So what's next? What do you want to do when we...
Clay, look who I've brought to see you.
Hey, Kale! I heard you guys were holding some kind of secret event. How come...
Huh? Oh no, it's nothing like that. We were...
Really?
Who? Me.
So that's what this is all about. Did you come all the way to Mondstadt for that? Because we knew the old you so we could witness the change?
Exactly. The old me is gone. I puffed her into the air, and she became a fluffy pink cloud, floating into...
Do you think maybe up in the sky, she has friends waiting for her with test tubes, flasks, and bows?
Oh, when you put it like that...
What do you think, Miss Nicole?
I think, at least, if it were up to me, I'd consider that...
Dear Sucrose, even though my childhood ended long ago, these past few days have really felt like growing up again. I've become stronger, and I feel like I can finally... Surely someone as mysterious as you will find a friend like this fascinating. Always growing. Oh, I came to say goodbye to my old self. I know that after this, she'll be gone. Thinking about it makes... But somewhere in my heart, I feel a great sense of joy. It feels like I've always wanted to take this step. To walk towards the...